Hi there, everyone. Well, we finished our first day of online learning as a first and second grade class um, with a bunch of kids who have never really worked with me online yet or have even had class with me yet. So the fact that we had people on and people trying things was really the goal today. Um, I know there was a lot of things that came up between microphones and connectivity and just learning the schedule. And to be honest, it's okay if things got dropped today. To me, I'm looking at these first 2 weeks with the 1-4 model as a chance to try things out at home when they come in for their day, problem solve, and also try to problem solve remotely. I know tomorrow with the Thursday group, we're going to use our library time with Mr. Manjan to really troubleshoot the microphone issues that came up today. So again, I know it can be frustrating when you're trying to get your kids on and you're trying to make sure they do all their stuff and you're trying to do your job and you're trying to run the family and everything else. I promise it will get easier. And don't panic over the first day of remote learning with 6 and 7 year olds because it will get better. It's just like learning to read. Right now a lot of those kids aren't reading or at the very, very beginning level. And by the end, they'll be reading, almost beginning chapter books or beginning chapter books. So it's a progression and it will build just like their learning builds in every other aspect of their school experience. So again, relax. Don't worry about if there's mistakes. Feel free to reach out if there's mistakes. So I know there's a couple different things today and we fix those. I wanted to go to the Google Classroom to also show some things that came up today. So let me just get to that real quick. But again, if you need anything, reach out anytime. Email me. We'll make time to chat and talk. But I know this is a big challenge for many families, especially people having young kids. And we're going to support as much as we possibly can with that. Um, so with that being said, let's move on to the other part of this. There was some question on attendance, and even though this morning I promised you the things were fixed, Miss Corbett had made a mistake, she said last night, and so she did fix them today. So this is to be done, this daily attendance form, on the days your kids are not with me in person. It just basically shows that kids logged in and they started doing some of their work. Okay. So it does need to be done on any day your kid is not in school. If they're in school, I'm taking their attendance. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. The other thing is the schedule. This came up today. This was the paper copy I gave everybody at the beginning or during our parent conference. And you'll notice if it's a Tuesday, Thursday onsite next week, this will be set up the same way, but this just is notes so you see what's going on, but it's the way I'm kind of doing some lesson planning because I also have to submit something to Kaya once a week to put on her remote learning hub. And then I also want a place for you to go if you lose the paper copy by going to Google Classroom and you can see what's going on as far as in-classroom stuff. So basically, if it's a day where one group is in school and the other group is home working, that's called an asynchronous learning day because they're doing work that I've assigned, but I can't help them with because I'm teaching the kids that are in the classroom. You always just have a list of the things they have to get done. On those days, do them when you can. If you have a big work meeting and you can't get your kids to start working till 1 o'clock, then work at 1 o'clock. Whatever works for you on those days is going to work for me. So this is just a list of things that you need to get done. Now again, if you get through 3 things and you're like, hey, we just ran out of time. They're 6 and 7 and it's important what we're doing, but at the same time, kids have a limit capacity. And that again starts low at the beginning of the year and it builds as they go. They get more stamina and they can handle more rigor. So if something comes up where you can't get something done, let me know. We'll figure it out. I might say, hey, do it on the weekend. So there's that. And then the Wednesday when we're doing, and Monday next week we'll have it because we'll have a Monday. And then Friday, there's times to join. So this will always be on the blog each week. It'll be labeled by week, so that what you're looking for. So next week we'll say week 2, and you'll just go to week 2. I'm hoping I can put it on top so you don't have to scroll through as the year progresses, but I forget if that works that way or not with Google Classroom. Again, I will send an email copy and for you on Sunday nights. You'll have it by Sunday night because that's when I have to submit it to Miss Corb. The reason being is I don't want to start planning for the following week until I've touched base and taught through Friday with everyone so I can see where we finished off. My teaching is very individualized as we go, and I need to make sure that each kid's kind of getting, to where they wanted to be or where I needed them to be, or that we finished stuff. One thing I've learned is online teaching takes a lot longer, so we don't get through as much as we'd hope to if they were in person. So I hope that helps with any confusion there. If you need anything else from that, please reach out. It's no big deal. Now, we had morning meeting, okay, and some people were successful logging in today. Some kids logged in, but it's not their comfort zone yet. And again, that's a totally normal thing. That happens in person too. There'll be kids that spend the month of September just observing, and they don't really want to participate, and they'll give you short answers, but they're shy. And it's part of their developmental process, or they're an observer. They're not the person that tries it first. They're the person that watch others, and then they'll join when they feel it's safe for them to join. And we still have to respect that. Just because we have them in front of a computer screen, the developmental process does not change. And I know that, and I know that as we move through. I think sometimes it's hard for parents when they're looking at a screen and they might see 10 kids doing it one way and 3 other kids doing it another way, and then their own kid maybe doing it one of those ways or a different way. Don't compare. Okay, that's kind of the beauty of teaching, is when you send them to school, we just get to show you some of the finished product, but you don't get to see all the work that goes into getting each kid to where they need to be. And so that's a new experience for parents, and it's hard. Okay, it's hard not to when I ask a question and I have really good wait time. If the kid's not answering, you'll hear parents on the Zoom call sometimes, wanting to whisper. I saw that in the spring a bit, like wanting to give answers because they're worried that their kid's not going to get it right. And if you need to do that, do that. That will be more for you than it will be for the kids, but I get it. Everybody has their needs and how they want to do things and how they need to feel about it. But my message tonight is this is just the first week, the first day of doing a remote learning with 6 and 7-year-olds. Okay. And it's a process. It's a stamina building process. It's a learning process. And it will take all year to do things that we want to do. That's why I love that I get 2 years with each kid. So I hope this helps. If you need anything, please reach out. But I will continue to do videos because I find it way quicker than emails and writing everything out. And I just I know for me, I'd rather listen to a video than try to have to read through email after email. So I hope this is all good. If you need anything, please reach out. Have a great evening.